2025 Formula One season, the season so far. Australian Grand Prix qualifying. The 2025 Formula One season continued with a dramatic qualifying session at Albert Park in Melbourne. McLaren stunned the grid with a front-row lockout as Lando Norris secured pole position with a blistering 1:15.96 lap, just 0.084 seconds ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri. Max Verstappen could only manage third, while George Russell put his Mercedes fourth. Yuki Tsunoda delivered a standout performance for Racing Bulls, securing a surprising fifth, while Alexander Albon's sixth-place effort marked Williams' best qualifying result in Australia in years. Ferrari had a mixed session, with Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton settling for 7th and 8th, respectively. Australian Grand Prix, a race, come race day. McLaren's promising start to the weekend translated into a stunning victory for Lando Norris, who took the checkered flag in commanding fashion. Max Verstappen finished second after a race-long battle with Norris, but was unable to challenge for the win. George Russell rounded out the podium for Mercedes. The race was filled with drama, as rookie Isaac Hadjar crashed even before the start on the formation lap, setting the tone for an unpredictable afternoon. Carlos Sainz and Jack Doohan both retired early, while rain on lap 44 saw multiple drivers struggle, including Oscar Piastri and Fernando Alonso. Norris's victory was celebrated as one of the highlights of the season so far, earning him the Driver of the Day award. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc salvaged some pride for Ferrari by setting the fastest lap of the race. Chinese Grand Prix sprint qualifying. The return of Formula One to Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix saw an exciting sprint qualifying session, where Lewis Hamilton put in a masterful lap to claim pole position for the sprint race. His 1:38.49 effort edged out Verstappen by just 0.018 seconds, setting up a tantalizing battle. Oscar Piastri continued McLaren's strong form by qualifying third, followed by Charles Leclerc and George Russell. Yuki Tsunoda and Mercedes rookie Kimi Antonelli also impressed, securing spots in the top 7. Chinese Grand Prix sprint race. Hamilton translated his pole position into a dominant win in the sprint, marking his first victory in Ferrari colors. The 7-time champion expertly managed his tires and pace, pulling away from the pack as Oscar Piastri overtook Verstappen late in the race to secure second. George Russell finished just outside the podium in fourth, followed closely by Charles Leclerc. Yuki Tsunoda continued Racing Bull's rise by finishing sixth, while Antonelli and Norris completed the top 8 point scorers. Chinese Grand Prix qualifying. The fight for pole in Shanghai saw Oscar Piastri step into the spotlight as he delivered a stunning lap to secure his maiden Formula One pole position. The McLaren driver's 1:30.641 effort put him ahead of George Russell and teammate Lando Norris. Max Verstappen could only manage fourth, while Ferrari's duo of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc locked out the third row. Isaac Hadjar and Kimi Antonelli put in strong performances, rounding out the top 8. Chinese Grand Prix race. Race day in Shanghai belonged to Oscar Piastri. The young Australian converted his pole into a dominant race win, leading from lights to flag and fending off all challenges. His teammate, Lando Norris, ensured a McLaren 1-2, finishing nearly 10 seconds behind. George Russell joined them on the podium after a solid drive from Mercedes. However, post-race drama shook up the results, as both Ferrari cars were disqualified, Hamilton for excessive skid block wear and Leclerc for being underweight. Pierre Gasly also faced disqualification for a similar issue, reshuffling the finishing order. As a result, Max Verstappen was promoted to fourth, while Haas driver Esteban Ocon and Mercedes' Kimi Antonelli moved up to 5th and 6th, respectively. Alexander Albon, Oliver Behrman, Lance Stroll, and Carlos Sainz rounded out the revised top 10. In some recent shocking news, Liam Lawson's time at Red Bull in the 2025 Formula One season was short-lived. After securing a seat alongside Max Verstappen, Lawson struggled in the opening races. A poor qualifying and a crash in Australia, followed by a last-place qualifying and a 12th-place finish in China, put him under immense pressure, with Red Bull needing a stronger second driver to support Verstappen's title campaign. The team made a swift decision to replace Lawson with Yuki Tsunoda. From the Japanese Grand Prix onward, the move stirred controversy, with Verstappen reportedly unhappy about the decision. Lawson admitted that losing his Red Bull seat was tough, but remained grateful for the opportunity. He now shifts his focus to racing bulls, looking to rebuild his career in Formula One. His brief stint at Red Bull highlights the ruthless nature of F1, where performance is everything. Takeaways. The Australian and Chinese Grand Prix weekends showcased McLaren's resurgence, with Norris and Piastri proving to be formidable competitors. Meanwhile, Ferrari's rollercoaster of results, from Hamilton's sprint victory to the double disqualification in the main race, kept the season unpredictable. With Verstappen still in the title hunt and Mercedes showing promise, the championship remains wide open as the 2025 season moves forward.